make sure that the sound quality is good for y'all, okay? So just let me know what you need so that I can help you out. Lynn, I know, Lynn. We're just gonna hope that they come to their senses and realize like a year-round school is literally unnecessary. Like kids need a break, teachers need a break. We need breaks, okay? Good morning, good morning. It's a teacher organic gardening. Oh my goodness, Jean, that's so cute. Oh, I love that. They must really enjoy that. What a healing practice. Gloria, how are you? I know. And I was a little sleepy this morning too, so thank you for bearing with me. Okay, let's get into day 8. Okay, day 8 is the magic ingredient. I love this one because I think a lot of times we tend to take food for granted. The fact that we have access to food. I mean, I currently, even where I live in Philadelphia, I live in a food apartheid where there is not, there aren't any organic places. There's no organic fruits or vegetables anywhere in walking distance. We have to drive. I have to literally go downtown to get my nearest Trader Joe's is like a 25-minute drive, right? Nearest Whole Foods is about a 25-minute drive either way. And I do live in a predominantly brown and black neighborhood, and it is something to keep in mind. And it's so important because you don't realize how hard it can be to access fresh fruits and vegetables, right? So like in the town over, we created a community refrigerator where we are able to put fresh produce and things like that in for those in need, because food is nourishment. Food is how we survive. Our relationship to food is super crucial and important to literally how we navigate and operate in the world, right? If your diet is off, and when I say diet, I'm talking about the way that you eat, not necessarily like a trend or anything like that, or in the sense of losing weight either, right? Or even gaining weight. It's simply just about, fix this really quickly because I need a little bit more support today. Okay, we're good. So your relationship to your food is everything, because what we eat and what we put into our body is ultimately either fueling us or harming us, right? But I want to go even past that understanding of the importance of food. Even thinking about how your food gets to you. Think about the growers, the farmers, the truck drivers that deliver the food to said supermarkets, right? The people who work at the supermarket, the people that unpack overnight that we never meet, to the cashiers that we meet, and the salespeople on the floor. They all of their energy is poured into the foods that you get. And honestly, when you start to think about how many people are involved before you get your food to your table, how often do you thank them? How often are you just like, wow, thank you? Because if you did not drive that truck, I would not have this food. If you did not grow these plants, I would not have this food. If you did not, raise the cattle, I would not have this food. And it makes you realize that there's a lot of love and effort put into the food you consume, right? We're not just talking about things that are, like eating whole foods and eating things that are alive, things that have energy in them, because you should, right? But this is not a lecture on that. It's simply the gratitude. It's simply the understanding that, wow, so many people go through so much to make sure I have food on my plate, right? Outside of the fact that you can even afford the food on your plate. That's already a whole different thing to be grateful for. The fact that you're able to eat however often you're able to eat a day. There are so many people who aren't as fortunate, who aren't able to eat to the point of nourishment, or who aren't able to get access to the foods that they need for their bodies, right? So we want to just keep that in mind today as we're eating food, as we're consuming things. If it feels good to you, I always try to bless my food prior to eating it, bless my drink, especially like with your waters and your teas. That's like more of like a little spiritual woo-woo hack. But like you can literally speak over your drinks, right? Especially with water, you can tell water what you want it to do for your body, and water literally memorizes it and helps the body to produce the intention. There's like so many research things on this. I found out about it through the Piper Protocol, where she has a whole chapter on like active water and how important it is for your waters to be hydrating to you. But there's a man, and I cannot remember the book, and maybe y'all might remember it, but he has an entire book dedicated to the science of water, and how when you speak loving intention over your water, it crystallizes into these beautiful formations underneath the microscope. And then when you speak like negativity or don't speak to it at all, it crystallizes something that looks completely gross, if I'm being honest, and like I don't want that in my body. So anytime I'm drinking water, I do my best to like just send attention, even if it's just like love, 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 or even the powerful prayer of thank you before drinking it. And you'll notice too that it just feels better and it tastes better going down. Like I absolutely love doing that. And I do my best to do it every single day. I do my best to bless my food beforehand, and not just blessing my food that may it nourish me, right? Because ultimately that's really I do want it to nourish me. But also like thank you to the people involved in getting this here. When I go out to the restaurant, thank you to the chef, thank you to the sous chefs, thank you to the servers, the waitresses, right? Whoever had the preppers, the ones that are cutting up the food prior to it even being cooked. Thank you to everyone that had a hand in forming this plate, because food is community. And when you start to look at it that way, you realize that. And there's so much to be grateful for. Okay, let me just check the comments. Good morning, Monica. Food deserts are hard. Yes, yes, yes. And then even too, I had to learn between a food desert and a food apartheid. Like a food apartheid is like literally on purpose. They have not placed healthy things in this area due to the demographic that lives here, right? So like a desert is a natural thing, right? Deserts naturally happen. No, this is like literally designed this way to redline the community so that they're not eating properly. Because I can walk to a fast food restaurant, but I can't get to a grocery store for healthy foods or fresh fruits. That is terrifying, right? When you start to think of it. But I do my best again to just focus on the fact that I'm grateful that I'm even able to get to a store. I'm able to travel. I live in a city where I am able to get to the places that I need to get the food that I need. And even in that search for doing that, my sister and I, we ended up finding a black-owned farmers market that's near us, closer. And we do our best to shop there because they literally bring it from their farm to the store. So it all works itself out in that way, but it is something to keep in mind. So when we're getting a little frustrated with the line at Whole Foods or at Trader Joe's, because you know those lines are crazy for those that have Trader Joe's, just remind yourself like, wow, the fact that I'm even able to get on this line and buy this food that I really desire and that's good for my body is in itself something to be grateful for, even if the line feels very long, even if I have other things to do afterwards, right? The fact that you have this access to nourishing food is so important. And the fact that people are up night and day making that happen for us is mind-blowing, right? Namaste, namaste. Exactly, truck drivers are so disrespected. I do Target loads all the time. Exactly, like you're literally bringing us our food. So thank you, TJ. If no one has said it to you, I'm saying it. Thank you. That's such a big deal. Without you guys, how would we get the food? From A to B. That travel is so important. It's so good to remember. I love to just any chance I get, just send love to the people that are involved. Even if you don't know their titles, even if you don't know their names, and you don't know their jobs, just anyone involved. Anyone involved in getting the food to my plate. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you for your dedication, for your willingness, for your capability and skill set. Because let me tell you something, I would not be able to do it. I don't have the skill set of driving. I would not be able to get the food to my plate. So I'm grateful that someone else is able to do that and we're able to work in community that way. Right? I live in rural North Carolina and I occasionally drive past a farm that has a sign saying, if you ate today, think a farmer. Yes, yes. Like this food is coming from somewhere. And granted, I do know with a lot of supermarkets, there's a lot of chaos going on when it comes to like, you know, if the food is, you know, organic or, you know, when it comes to meat, all the recalls, things like that. There are things to focus on and be like aware of like, ooh, this is crazy. However, there are so many people involved in the magic that you have when it comes to the food that you eat. So just keep that in mind, okay? Rahel, I agree, Lotus. Try once to grow your own tomato from a seed and you learn to appreciate food so much more. Yes, yeah, I'm watching my sister now. She's creating a garden and a farm. She has like a little herb garden. She's growing watermelons and squash and things like this. And it takes so much intention. It takes so much intention, love, care, a lot of trial and error. A lot of trial and error. A lot of I thought I got this right and now my plant has died and now I'm sad. A lot of grief is involved in the process too. Yeah, there's so much happening before we get to eat our food. And it's something to keep in mind, right? Yes, yes, thank you, TJ. We love you. Food banks are much more prolific, making nutrition much more available. Yes, Seeds, thank you so much. Hidden messages of water. Yes, Becky, thank you. Thank you for dropping that in the chat. The hidden messages of water. Oh my goodness. Yes, 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 yes. I've only read an excerpt, and it was in the book that I was reading, The Piper Protocol. But it was so fascinating to know that, I mean, water is such a powerful element to begin with. You know, I am a little biased. But just knowing that I can speak life into the food that I eat, speak life into the drinks that I drink, and that as I'm speaking that life into it, it's pouring itself back into me, it's nourishing me, is a big deal, right? Yes, the food banks. Yes. Ooh, Gorilla Gardener in LA. I definitely will. Eat for nutrition, not for entertainment. I know that's right, Seeds. Thank you for pointing out the food apartheid you were sorry. Yeah, and it was something that I had to learn. And again, I'm thankful for being in a space where people are able to like educate me on things. I was thinking it was a food desert, and they were like, no, those things happen naturally, right? Like this was deliberate, right? This is deliberate, and I'm just like, oof, wow, okay, good for me to know, good for me to be aware of. But it also excites me because it inspires me to be a part of the community more, making sure that I'm doing what I can to just help out, you know? Yes, the land too. We need to give thanks to the land. We definitely, ooh, Rihanna, you touch on something beautiful. We need to give thanks to Mother Earth, Gaia, right? For the land itself. The fact that we're even able to grow things, that it is allowing us to eat what it produces, that's a big deal. It's a huge deal. It is something to never take for granted. What the earth provides us, how it literally sustains our entire livelihood, despite the fact that we as human beings have not been that kind to it, is incredible. And it is something to always have deep, deep, deep admiration and appreciation for all the time, right? And that's also being mindful of like not littering, right? Doing what we can to protect our earth, protect our spaces, you know, lowering our carbon footprint, doing what we can, right? Not getting to the point where we are overly obsessed and now we're terrified of our impact, but simply knowing that kind gestures and a level of intention can do so much, right? Because ultimately everything is energy. So if I'm radiating from a grateful space for the land that I get to produce from, to the people that help me to cultivate the food that I eat, that is also impacting the frequency of the world too. Let's not forget the power of our own unique energy prints as well. I feel like sometimes we kind of get caught up in the 3D and we're just like, oh, this is, you know, going downhill. But no, there are studies that show that when people come together with a collective intention, when they're coming together and vibrating on the same frequency, that they are able to create beautiful impact in their communities and in communities around the world. When people come together to meditate, every time that we're coming together to meditate and tap into our energy frequencies with EFT, we are not only elevating ourselves, but we're elevating our immediate communities and surrounding communities and ultimately all over the world because we're all on different states, in different countries, and different continents, right? When we're coming together, we're also giving that beautiful energy. It's radiating out like waves of love to everyone. Never forget that. And gratitude is such a powerful energy that it does that 10 times, tenfold. Okay? Food is community. It is. I'm joining you from my little garden now. Amy, I love this for you. Wish I could share a photo of my little lettuce plants. Oh my goodness, yes. I am hopefully soon, hopefully within this year, I'll be able to create a platform where we can actually share photos and videos and voice notes and things like that because I want it to be more interactive. I deeply appreciate when you guys leave comments, by the way, because it reminds me that I'm not alone in this world and it is a reminder that you need ever so often. But I would love for us to be able to see each other, right? To be able to communicate with each other outside of text. So, you know, fingers crossed that the alignment shows itself, and I know the next steps to take to make that happen. But I am envisioning your garden now, Amy, and I know it's a little slice of heaven for sure. TJ, I'm in Denver on my way to Colorado Springs. Surrounding area is my first time. I was in Rhino District yesterday. Yes, communicate, check in with each other. My daughter is growing food in her apartment. I'm so proud of her. I love that for her too, TJ. That's so cool. Bob Marley is saying a hungry man is an angry man, which leads to mental unwellness. I know that. Let me tell you something. When I'm hungry, I'm not hangry. I just get very quiet. I get very much like I just need moments to myself. But my niece, I can always tell when she's hungry because it is a different human being. It is a different person. And it shows you how important it is, because when we are not getting the nourishment that we need, we throw our bodies out of harmony, right? We throw our bodies out of equilibrium. And that can cause us to have issues with our health, right? Whether that's our mental health, our emotional health, or even our energetic health. It's super important. Hi Kelly, how are you? Hi, yes, I too. I have a food sensitivity to gluten, dairy, peanuts, pineapples. So sad, so sad. I also don't eat any meat at all. I have a little bit of seafood here and there, but again, I try to lower that as well. I have a lot of wonderful dietary restrictions. Yes, yeah, for the autoimmune disorders. Yes, Kelly, yes. Yes. Yeah, you could put your water in the sun to charge it up. Yes. If you want to do that too, I would definitely get to solar water using blue glass to do it, and make sure that's always in a glass container. I'm sure you already know that. Lotus, I'm so happy and appreciate you for talking about the challenges and disparities in people of color communities. I see it in my community. Vita is there, is there. And if one thing I'm going to be is honest, right? We're definitely about love. We're definitely about light. We're also about embracing the darkness that comes to life too, because it's a part of the fullness in our experience. And I love to be honest about the experiences that we're having, because I think it's important. I think if we kind of bypass the challenges in life, um, and the disparities, that we don't really give ourselves an opportunity to grow and heal as a community. Okay, let me see. Foods, live foods equates life process. Foods equate death. Okay, live foods equate life. Processed foods equate death. Correct. Gloria, yes, yes. Do your best not to eat processed foods if you can. But again, when you're living in things like a food apartheid and that's literally all you have access to, do what you can. Do what you can. I remember I used to be a community chef in the Lower East Side in Manhattan. I did it for like 2 years and I loved it. Actually, it's one of my favorite jobs ever. Like, teaching kids how to cook is just an amazing experience. And one of the things that I would do is show them what they could get from the grocery store that was near them, right? A lot of these kids lived in the projects and things like that. And we'd go to the grocery store, we would talk about texture, talk about color, talk about freshness, get them, used to the produce aisle. Because a lot of times, when they're in there with their adults or their guardians, they're like, let's go, right? I'm trying to grab what I can get because I got to get you in the bed, get your homework done. Like, they're in a different mindset. So during after school programming, I would take them to the supermarket, get them accustomed to the aisles. Here's what's going to provide you this, what's going to provide you that. Then we would take them to the community kitchen and have them start like cutting up fresh things. Eventually, we led them to like having bake sales and all this cool stuff and making their favorite dishes every week. And I absolutely enjoyed it. But it was also extremely heartbreaking to know that many of these kids didn't even know what certain fruits were. That they didn't even know that they liked green apples over, Honeycrisp, that there were different types of fruits, even if it was the same, like, family. Like, it was heartbreaking to know that we aren't giving enough children that experience to have that, especially in the neighborhoods in which they were living in, where it was just a lot of violence all the time. It was really nice to be able to take them to the supermarket. We did a field trip to Whole Foods, and their minds were just like blown away. But also getting them, accustomed to the experience, and then also having to deal with the fact that people were freaking out because all these little black and brown kids were coming into Whole Foods and they were panicking. And I'm like, dude, these are kids. Like, please, like it was such a very encompassing experience as a teacher, but I absolutely loved being able to teach them really simple meals that they could cook for themselves, for their siblings that they were providing for, as helping out with their parents in the house, knowing that they were going home fed, right? Even if they didn't cook at home, if they weren't able to cook at home, they were able to cook with me. It was literally such a beautiful experience, and it was a seed that planted in me of the importance of food in a child's life, in a person's life, really, right? Okay. Okay, I'm from the U.S. but live in a rural northern Haiti. Oh, hey, I love this. I'm new to growing my own food, but the unexpected benefit for me is the connection to other farmers. I can imagine. I can imagine. My sister's having this experience with gardeners. Like, they're like, I don't know, she's finding them and they're connecting in a way. And I'm always just sitting there smiling, like, I would love to be a gardener. I don't know if I have the capacity yet. But it's beautiful to see them speak, and they're speaking in a different language with a different level of awareness of how food works. The way they talk about like seedlings and the type of soil you need, and it's beautiful. It just reminds you there's so much to the world than what we're always worried about. While I'm in my garden, I see them walking their cows and prepping their fields and recognize that they've been doing this every day forever. Yes, I recognize their dedication and feel thankful. Yes. Oh, Kelly, thank you so much for the donation. Again, if you feel led to donate, I keep forgetting. If you feel led to donate, please leave a donation. I deeply appreciate it. If you're just able to be here with me in energy and spirit, I also deeply appreciate that as well. Jean, the ripple effect. Yes, Lotus, you are so inspiring to me. Oh, Rahel, thank you. Yes, also leave water out in the full moon. Yes, you can. I have my full moon water over here with some rosemary and Florida water in it. It's not for me to drink. It's for me to use for practice. Oh my goodness, sorry. Yes, I have a daughter that has 6 autoimmune conditions. So difficult. I never heard about the blue glass. Why blue? So blue charges, it filters out any of the negative charges from sunlight. The same way that we get UV rays and we have to wear sunscreen, it can do that to your water as well, and it's not great to drink. So you use blue glass to filter that out, so you get everything that you need, and it's considered solar water when it's done in blue glass. You can also use amber, but I don't think it has the same amount of benefits. It still filters, but not in the way that blue glass does. There's different glasses too. I know there's green glass, but I'm not sure what it's for. But I know for blue glass, it's solar water. Wow, yes, teaching them to grow and you taught them to cook. Yes, it was such a fun experience. I absolutely loved teaching kids to cook. It's something I would do for the rest of my life, if possible. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, kids love cooking. Then they teach their parents. They do. Yeah, yeah. I actually had like parents come in. Some of them were very grateful. Some of them were annoyed with me. Like, girl, this little boy's in my kitchen now, messing things up. I'm like, okay, yeah. We also work on cleaning up too. But the exciting part is that he's being self sufficient, right? He's cooking for himself and he's making things for you as well, and we love that. Like that's super important, right? Wish we had a Whole Foods in my town. Food has gotten crazy expensive. Kelly, I can only imagine. Jean, you can, Lotus, you can garden. I feel like I can garden too, y'all. I feel like I can. I really do. I feel like I can. But like then I get outside and I just let my sister, she is like a wealth of knowledge. The amount of things in that woman's brain, and then she also raising 2 kids. I'm always just like constantly in awe. One day I will get there. One day. Like if you talk to me about neuroscience and how the brain works, I can talk to you about it all day. You ask me about a garden to a certain extent and you've lost me and I have no idea what's happening at all. It's sad but true. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. You said community chef planted the seed in you. Yes, yeah. Being a community chef was amazing. It was an amazing experience. Yes, shungite and water will change your life. It definitely will. It's a crystal, Michelle. Okay, didn't realize that. Yes, Vicky. Yeah, and kind of look into it. Look into it. But amber glass, yeah, mason jars are super helpful as well. Okay, I like to put rose quartz in my water to charge it with love, you know, or I have it sitting around rose quartz. But I have one rose quartz that's specifically to put in my water. But not every crystal can be put in your water, so please just make sure. Make sure that you know which ones they are. Like selenite will dissolve because it's salt based, so just be safe with that. Okay, beautiful. All right. So now that we understand the importance, right? The importance of being grateful for not only the food that we eat, but the people that help us get the food that we eat. We're going to do a beautiful meditation on having gratitude for food, right? And then we'll do an EFT based off of the same thing. So what I would love for you to do to get ready for the practice is just get comfortable, okay? Maybe take a nice sip of water, say that thank you, right? I am drinking a turmeric latte. And it's cold now, but it's fine. I needed it for the anti-inflammatory. I had a very active day yesterday, and I feel my body wanting to swell up. So I was like, turmeric it is this morning. It's a full-time job taking care of myself. Kelly, I know that's right. I say that all the time. I'm just like, you know, me alone, mm, mm. You know, I need both hands in my existence. It's true. It's just who I am as a person. Put an avocado pit in the water. Ooh, okay, Gene, I'm gonna try that. I'm actually going to get some avocados earlier on in this week, so I will definitely try that. Oh, I'm so excited. I've been looking at like I think it's called like hydroponic, like that way of gardening with water as opposed to soil at first. That is super interesting for me, and I'm just like, ooh, let's lean into that. Let's see where that goes. So I'll keep you guys posted. Gardening hack. Decide to grow food for the experience, not the outcome. Amy, that's beautiful. Wow. Ooh, that like hit me in my heart in a good way of like, yes. And I feel like you can apply that to life, right? Like, decide to live your life for the experience, not the outcome. I feel like that was just big, Amy. Like, I want to go and journal really quickly because that was so good. Wow. Okay. Yes. Yes. When you let go and focus on the habits around gardening, the plants live. It's magic. Wow. I want to apply that to my life. Thank you. I think that's going to be my additional intention for this week. That was just really beautiful. I really appreciate that so much. That's literally brought me to tears. Like, that was really beautiful. Wow, taking care of myself is better for everyone. I know. Yes, Jean. Yes. Yes, a piece of sweet potato, same thing. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Guys, I might honestly be into gardening now by the time we're done in farming. You guys make me so happy. Save soil is a movement to save soil that's being depleted of nutrients. Ooh, okay. I need to write these things down, even if it's just from like my sister. Hold on one second, guys. Let me just take some notes because she would love this. You said save soil, right? And then sweet potato and water. And it's a piece of sweet potato. And then you said avocado, pits, and water. Okay. Yes, I'm writing it down. It's a letting go of expectation. Yes, Amy, you really gave us that. Hi, April. How are you? I don't know if I said good morning to you or hello. Yeah, so true, the experience of the outcome. Yeah. And with that being said, thank you to Amy for that wisdom they bestowed upon us. We are going to jump into our meditation, and I really feel like I should close my window, but I really like the breeze. We're just gonna hope for the best, y'all. Okay. I'm gonna just turn this way, away from the window, and see if that helps. Okay. Okay. Get comfortable. Savor the gratitude, transforming food with thanks. Get comfortable in your body and in this moment as we journey with gratitude to witness all the beautiful blessings we receive from the food we eat and the people that help us get the food that we consume. This is an invitation for you to close your eyes if that feels good for you, if you were able to. If not, maybe soften your gaze. Allow yourself to tune inward. And with this, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Allowing yourself to fill up the lower belly with fresh, nourishing air. Let it cleanse the system, and as you exhale, you release, you soften, softening your shoulders. Softening your heart. And continue to breathe. I'm just gonna close the window a little bit more. There we go. Perfect. Yay. Continue that inhale and that exhale. Trust in the flow of your breath in this moment. Let it create a rhythm within you. A rhythm that is in tune with the earth around us. A rhythm that is in tune with the divine within us. If there's any discomfort or tension in the body, use your breath to melt it away. Breathing in a sensation of calmness, of peace, and exhaling any tension, any worry. Allow yourself to be present in this moment. Trust that you can be here for a few minutes. And on that next inhale, bring your attention to your heart center. And if it feels good to place a hand here, you may. Feel its warmth. Maybe notice the heartbeat. And begin to imagine a radiant light glowing brightly from within. And you may notice as you are envisioning this warm light, you get warmer yourself. Maybe envisioning this light brings a smile to your face. Cultivating your energy in this way is a beautiful practice to remember your own magic. Witnessing the rise and fall of the chest as you breathe in and out aligns you with divine rhythm to receive divine messages. This light that you're cultivating represents the energy of gratitude, a powerful force that has the ability to transform your life in profound ways. With each breath you take, feel this radiant light expanding within you, filling your entire being with a deep sense of appreciation and thankfulness. Allow yourself to connect with the countless blessings that surround you each day, from the air that you breathe to the people that you love. As you bask in this warmth of gratitude, visualize yourself sitting in a comfortable space, surrounded by a warm and gentle light. And let the light within you connect to the light around you. Let it illuminate a picture of a table before you, adorned with delicious meals, foods, fruits, meats, whatever it is you love to eat. Envision that table before you with your favorite meal and a refreshing drink that you absolutely love. Give yourself a moment to take in the colors, the shapes, the textures of the food. Imagine how it smells. Feel the tongue salivating and the mouth watering. Allow your imagination to bring that plate and drink to life in vivid detail. As you breathe in, allow yourself to feel deep appreciation for the abundance of nourishment that is around you. Acknowledge how the food makes you feel, the energy it provides you, maybe even the community you have access to through eating a meal, breaking bread together. And on your exhale, let that gratitude overflow. Give thanks for that plate, for that beautiful meal. On your next inhale, begin to reflect on the journey that this food has taken to reach your table. From the farmers who planted and tended to the crops, to the hands that harvested and prepared them with love and care. Express your gratitude to yourself or out loud, saying the magic words, thank you. And feel the energy of gratitude infusing into every cell of your being as you do so. Now imagine reaching out and taking a bite of this food before you, or lifting a glass to your lips and taking a sip of that refreshing drink. And as you do, savor the experience fully. Imagining the flavors dancing on your tongue, the aromas filling your nostrils, and the nourishment revitalizing your body and soul. With each imaginary bite or sip, feel your gratitude growing stronger, filling you with a profound sense of joy and contentment. Know that by honoring the food in this way, even as we are envisioning it, we are inviting more abundance and magic into our lives. And give yourself a moment to be in this moment. Be in the gratitude. Feel the appreciation. Feel the love of all of the people who have come together to feed you throughout your life, to nourish you in mind and body and in spirit. The people that you know and the people you may never meet. Feel yourself connected to this universal oneness that food provides us. Extend your thank you to the person you may never meet, to the farmer you may never know, to the truck driver you may never know, to those that unpack our foods and place them on the shelves, to the cashiers that we may whiz by as we're buying our food. And carve out some gratitude for yourself, for the meals you prepare for yourself, or the meals that you order to nourish you, for the way that you take care of your body by eating what feels good. And give gratitude to food itself. Sit in this moment and savor it all. Every beautiful meal that you've had by yourself, with loved ones, with complete strangers. Every time you got to taste something new that awakened your senses. Your favorite dishes from your childhood, if you have any. Give yourself this moment to say thank you. Thank you for all of the food in my life. Thank you for nourishing me, for giving me energy, for sustaining my health and well-being. Thank you, thank you, thank you. begin to bring your awareness back to the present moment. But still carry that warm glow of gratitude in your heart. Knowing that this practice of gratitude for food has the power to enrich your life in countless ways. And that it will multiply the way you nurture your mind, your body, and spirit. Keep in mind that every meal is an opportunity to express gratitude and cultivate abundance in your life. By honoring the food that sustains you, you are nurturing a deep connection to the abundance of the universe and inviting more blessings into your being. On that next inhale, breathe in, expanding the lower belly, bringing that breath into the heart space, letting the heart lead you forward, perhaps bringing a smile to your face. And on that exhale, open mouth, release, let go. With a full heart of gratitude, slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, gradually bringing movement back into your body. Letting your breath find its own rhythm and pace that feels good. Gently opening your eyes or refocusing your gaze. Feeling refreshed, renewed, and deeply grateful for the way that food loves on you. And thank you so much for joining me in this meditation. Let me know how you are feeling before we jump into our EFT, okay? And I'll read up on the comments. Permaculture. Ooh, okay. Hi. Oh, I'm so happy, April. Oh my goodness, you guys. I'm so excited. Feeling mellow? Ooh, love. Bentley, beautiful Lotus, feeling more energized. Ooh, I'm so happy to hear that, Bentley. I know you've been tired for the past couple of days, so I'm happy to help. Grateful, beautiful. Jean, thank you so much for that donation. I appreciate it. Yes. How was that experience of envisioning the food? Because I know for me, my mouth was salivating. I have to remind myself, like, girl, you're recording. You're recording, but I am going to take a sip of this delicious tea and with a whole new sense of thankfulness. Wow, for some reason, it just tastes even more vibrant. Feeling a little bit more energetic now. Yes, TJ, feeling nourished. I love this, Gloria. Yes, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yay. Okay. As we get ready for EFT, I'm just going to go over some of the basics. You guys can still feel free to leave some comments. Let me know. Did you make tea and what's in it? I did, Kelly. I made a turmeric latte. So it's turmeric, nutmeg, black pepper, because you need black pepper for turmeric. Otherwise, your body doesn't absorb it. It's just for color, right? A pinch of sea salt, cinnamon. I put cinnamon on my drinks, though. That's just what I do. And then I heated it up. And I added some almond milk to it and some honey. But it's cold now, but it's still really good, even if it's cold. But when I'm feeling a little flared up, you know, I will drink turmeric. Or I have like turmeric capsules to take to help with the inflammation. I do my best to not take like over-the-counter medication because I want to be able to like feel my body and know what's going on and know how to properly like support it. So it does take a little longer for the recovery, but I also find that I recover. So I'm okay with the wait. I'm thinking of my peach tree breakfast. Ooh, Jean. Oh, a peach tree sounds awesome. I was getting a bit hungry. Bentley. As soon as we're done on this live, I am going to make myself some food because same, okay? Thanks for the recipe. Yes, no problem. Sounds delicious. I need that for inflammation. Goddess milk, it really does work a lot. I love a good turmeric latte. I mean, it's considered golden milk. It's the same exact thing. It's the same exact thing. And I added a little tea bag in here of the yogi tea. It's like morning robust and it has a little bit of caffeine in it. So like helps to energize me as well. Let's see what the message is today. Appreciate yourself and honor your soul. That's cute. I love it. Hmm. Sounds good. Put in water, then heat it. I actually put all my dry ingredients at the bottom of my cup first, including the honey, and then I pour the hot water over it halfway, let it simmer, and I stir. I like to stir in clockwise because in my practice, when we stir clockwise, we're bringing in blessings, and when we're stirring counterclockwise, we're removing any negative energy. So I like to do it clockwise, let it simmer for a little bit, and then I'll add my milk afterwards. Had the most beautiful visualization of us all coming together to show love and gratitude for the people who harvest our foods. Oh my goodness, that sounds beautiful. Putting medals and jewelry and flower wreaths on them. They would absolutely appreciate something like this. I saw my own garden decorated with jewels and bells and baubles. Oh my goodness, yes! It was like an insight to how Source views these spaces. I could not agree more, Amy. That's beautiful. Dana, I think I need that recipe again. Yeah, no problem. It is turmeric, and I have turmeric capsules, so they're already pre-done for me. I literally open my capsules. I do about 3 capsules and put it in there. But if you're just doing turmeric from like the bag or the seasoning jar, it would be half a teaspoon. Yeah, half a teaspoon. Not a lot because turmeric is powerful. And then you do like a pinch of pepper. It doesn't have to be intense. You won't. It'll be a little spicier, but it's not gonna like be where you can't drink it. I add cinnamon, nutmeg. Sometimes in the fall I add like pumpkin spice, but ultimately cinnamon, nutmeg, a pinch of sea salt, and then I pour in my honey and then the hot water, and I mix it. Let it sit. Let it dissolve because I used to have like my little hand blender, but I broke it, so I had to get a new one. But that's neither here nor there. And then I add my milk afterwards. Yeah, and I add almond milk. I used to be obsessed with oat milk, but I have to get gluten-free oat milk, and that's like, I'll make it. It's easier to make. Kelly, yes, me too. I do everything alternate first. Yes, mulberries, fresh smoothies. Ooh, I don't know if I've ever had mulberries, y'all. I gotta see. I don't think I have, but I heard that they're amazing. Oh, Rahel, thank you so much for the donation. I deeply appreciate it. So glad you're using food. Me too, Mary. Yes, yes. Use your refrigerator as your medicine cabinet collective. Yes, I agree. I'm big on that. I'm big on that. Yes. Sometimes I'm grateful for the modern medicine. If I really am in a bad place and I have to take like some Tylenol or a leave, I will. But that's like I have to really be in a place that feels unsustainable for me, and that takes a lot. I'd much rather just, be mindful of what I'm eating and how it's helping my body to survive, you know? But each person is different. Everybody has their own capabilities. Going to make latte after. Yes, Jean, let me know how it goes, okay? Please tell me. Whether it's like tomorrow's live or like in the group, okay? Oh, let me drop the group name in here too for you all, just in case you want to join in, okay? And then again, I'm going to drop the other information in the chat as well. That is so you guys can connect with me. If you look up any of these names, it should show you where I'm at on all different platforms. Okay, beautiful. All right, yay! Let's start our EFT session. I'm so excited. Okay. I guess you guys are like really seeing. I get really excited to teach. It's so funny because my niece is always just like, girl, you just tell me what I gotta learn. And I was like, aren't you excited to learn? And she's like, no, I want to wrap this up so I can go play. Which I get. Because at 7, that's really how you learn. You learn through play. She makes valid points. She does. Terry, thank you, Lois, for another beautiful meditation. Oh, I'm so happy. I feel deeply grateful and relaxed. Also, there's a Black woman farm in upstate New York near Woodstock. I've heard of Soulfire Farm. Oh my goodness, I've heard of Soulfire Farm. Okay, she has a book. Okay, I'm making notes, guys. Bear with me. I'm gonna look into that. And I heard about it ironically from my sister because again she knows everything about everything. And she wanted to go there because I think she was having like workshops at some point. So in Philadelphia, we have Farmer John, and I can never say it. It's like a Philly word, but my New York accent just does not allow me to say it to its fullest extent. But it's Jawn, John. They just say it so much better than I do. But Farmer John, and she is a black woman who has her own farm out here in Pennsylvania. She also has like a storefront, and she has the Farmer John farmers market that she has like throughout the summer and fall. And she's been doing a lot of incredible things for black farmers out here in Philadelphia. So we do our best to support her and grab things from there when we can too. So it's beautiful to know that this is happening everywhere, you know? No, no typos. You're good, Terry. Kelly, honey, oat milk, or almond hot water. Yes, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I follow Leah so proud. Okay, say less. I'm gonna be doing the same thing. She sounds amazing, and I'm surprised that I'm actually. But I'm also not on Instagram like that either, so it could possibly be that's why I don't see her stuff as often. Okay, let's jump into the EFT, and this is called Grateful Bites. EFT for foodies, because I too am a foodie. I love food. Okay, let's get comfortable. And as you guys are doing that, remember that EFT is for emotional freedom technique or techniques. I'm getting a little message here. Do not be afraid to say what's on your heart. Use your voice. Clear your throat chakra. So I don't know who that's for, but yeah, sometimes that happens. When we get connected as a community, we get connected as a community, okay? But please do that. Please share what's on your heart. Yeah, like soon, sooner than later. For your own benefit, but it's also going to help wherever else you express whatever it is you're expressing to. Okay. There are farms all around me. I pick fresh blueberries and fresh strawberries. Yes, strawberries are so much brighter in color and sweeter than groceries. I don't doubt that at all. Sharon Lynn. Oh, I love your name, Sharon Lynn. My mother's name is Sharon. Lotus, I came in time for your beautiful meditation. Love your tea recipe because I started putting black pepper. Yes. Thank you. I appreciate that, Sharon. Yeah, that's super important. Black pepper for turmeric. Just please. Like just it helps. It helps. It's the only way that it works. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love this. Yes, yes. Okay, Terry. Yes, perfect. Yes. Bentley, I do feel a bit weird. I don't know what's wrong. Something like tugging at my heart to do something. Okay, okay. Terry, you're fine. You're fine. Most times this is how I'm reading it. I read a lot faster than I speak, and then it just takes time to get caught up. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what it was, Bentley. It may be for you, the message, but yes, something's on your heart. Express it and trust that it's coming from the heart. Trust that whatever the outcome is, it's going to lead you to your alignment. And you have to trust that if you're being led to your alignment, whoever else is involved will also be led to their environment. I mean, to their alignment, but also I guess to whatever environment they need to be in. But it's important to remember to express the heart. Don't block your ability to express and communicate by withholding feelings or insights that can be given to others. There's a loving way to do it. Obviously, ask if you can extend the insight or whatever it is that you want to tell them. Always ask permission first. Don't just like lay it on people like that. But yeah, someone's throat chakra is a little clogged up. They need to express what they're feeling. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. So whoever that's for, feel supported in the space, of course, but yeah. And it's for this space. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We're good. Okay. So as I was saying, EFT, emotional freedom technique or techniques. It's simply the beautiful practice of tapping on ancient acupressure points, and as we do so, we're communicating to the body in a language in which it understands. And we're saying, hey, body, we have a lot of trauma stored up in this, right? Because the body keeps score. The body literally remembers everything you've ever gone through in your entire existence. It literally remembers your birth. Just because you don't consciously does not mean that your body doesn't. It remembers everything that you've ever been through. So all the traumas live in the body. And that can cause us to feel triggered as we're moving throughout life. That's why you could smell something or see certain color and all of a sudden be like taken back into a moment in time, and you're thinking like, "Ooh, I thought I was able to move past this." You did consciously, but subconsciously, the body still keeps score and has not been addressed. And often when we are being triggered, we're being asked to address it then, but many of us do not have the coping skill or the resources to do it then. So we kind of live with this trigger, and then that just brings on a very unhealthy cycle. EFT helps you to process the trauma in the body, to free the emotions so that you are able to move through a trigger and not feel overwhelmed by it or consumed by it, okay? I know that my camera is like not focusing, but it will at some point, okay? Okay, so it's super important to remember. Here are the 9 tapping points. Do not tap just yet because I want to go over alternative ways of tapping for those that are new to the live, okay? So we have the side of hand where my tattoo is, either side, it doesn't matter. You can tap with one finger, all the fingers, it really is up to you what feels best. We have the top of the head, where is the crown chakra. We have the start of the brow on either side of your third eye, you can tap there. You would trace your eyebrow to the side, your ocular bone, you'll feel it. It's not the temples are fleshy. The ocular bone, you feel the bone. You tap there. Then you bring it under. You'll still feel your ocular bone. It's underneath the eye. So it's not the cheeks. It's under the eye. Lightly tap. Then you have under the nose above the top lip. In this space, we have the crease in the chin. We have the collarbone, fleshy part either side. Right? And then we have under the arm. So you would trace to the end of your armpit, the beginning parts of your rib cage. You would tap here, or if you wear a bra, if you where your bra strap is. Okay? Those are the 9 tapping points for a universal flow. Now, practitioners have their own flows. They'll add certain things in. As we journey through the 28 days, I'm going to be introducing another tapping point to you. And it's the heart tapping point, but we're not doing that today. So there'll be different variations. People tap with their wrists. There's different ways to do it, but ultimately those 9 tapping points are often used. I just want to keep that in mind because I know some of you guys have been asking questions. It depends on the practitioner and how they want to practice. But I like to keep it simple because being simple is very impactful and easy to replicate. And my goal is to get you to utilize EFT on a daily basis with or without me, right? So we have the 3 alternative ways to tap. So you can tap traditionally if that feels good. Now, if you're someone who gets overstimulated easily, if you're very sensitive, if you're very tuned into the energy around you, then I don't want you to tap because it might be overwhelming. Instead, you can pulse. So you're not letting your fingers off your body, you're just pulsing. You can rub, it's just super soothing. Or for those that are hypersensitive, you can hover. And you would still be having the same positive impact on the body, still communicating to the body, just without touching. Our meridians run through us and all around us. So we're always accessing our energy. We're always tapping not only into our internal field, right, but into our heart's aura field and into the aura field that we have ourselves. It's super important to remember that. Okay, last but not least, you don't have to remember the tapping points because you're going to watch me. So you don't have to. After a while, muscle memory will kick in and you will remember the tapping points. But don't try to remember them now. Don't add on to your life like that type of stress. It's not necessary. Your sweet spot. As you're tapping, you might notice that something feels really, really good. For me, it's normally my collarbone, but lately it's actually been side of eye. That's been really good for me too. You're going to notice because it's going to feel really good to your body. It's almost like a woosah feeling as you're doing it. Stay in that position, okay? Trust it. Stay there as long as you need to. Trust that your body knows exactly what it needs in the moment. And though I would love for you to continue tapping throughout the entire round, I'd much rather you focus and trust your body, okay? I will always encourage you to do what's best for your body. All right. Drink some water, please, and thank you prior to tapping because water helps us to regulate our emotions. It literally helps us to move emotions throughout the body. It's such a powerful thing. All the elements are powerful, but the fact that we can consume water is just wild to me. Okay, there we go. And we are ready to begin. I need to turn on the microphone. Okay. Yay. Grateful Bites EFT for foodies. Let's begin at the side of hand. And remember, you can tap pulse, rub, or hover. Repeat after me, utilizing your vagus nerve by speaking, because that's how your subconscious mind knows that it's you. It'll listen to you. Okay? It also helps the vagus nerve to help you feel safe when you speak. Okay? Nice deep inhale, exhale. And repeat after me. Even though I may sometimes forget to fully appreciate the abundance of food in my life, I deeply and completely love, accept, and forgive myself. We're going to stay in the side of hand, tapping here. Even though I may take the nourishment I receive for granted, I choose to acknowledge the abundance that surrounds me and cultivate a deeper sense of gratitude. Beautiful. We're going to go to the top of the head. I deeply appreciate the abundance of food in my life. Brow. I am so grateful for the way it nourishes me and sustains me each and every day. Side of eye. I honor the journey that my food has taken to reach me. Under the eye. I express deep, unwavering gratitude for the hands that have prepared this nourishing meal. Each nourishing meal. Under the nose. I choose to savor each bite and every sip with deep appreciation. Chin. I allow myself to fully experience the flavors and textures of my food. Collarbone. I am grateful for the energy and vitality that food provides me. Under the arm. And I choose to infuse every meal with love and gratitude. Before we go into our second round, do a collective deep inhale, breathing into the lower belly, expanding into the heart. And as you expand into the heart, expand that feeling of gratitude. And exhale, release. Bring a smile to your face. And let's get into round two. Side of hand. Even though I may sometimes overlook the journey that my food has taken to reach my table, I am open to honoring and appreciating everyone involved. from now on. Top of head. I recognize the countless blessings that food brings into my life. Brow. I appreciate the farmers who work tirelessly to grow the crops. We're going to move to the side of the eye, tap here. I honor the hands that harvest and prepare, and that commute food with care. Under the eye, I express gratitude for the abundance of options available to me. Under the nose. From now on, I'm going to savor each meal by being mindful as I eat and drink. Spending sacred time with my food instead of rushing through and eating it fast. Chin. As I do this, I will witness in every bite the nourishment that food gives me and how it supports my well-being. Collarbone. I embrace the energy of gratitude as I enjoy my food from now on. Knowing that as I do, gratitude will enrich my experience. Underneath the arm, tap here. From now on, I am allowing myself to fully immerse in the food that I get to eat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And at the end of tapping, I want you to place your hands on your belly. Maybe it might feel good to close your eyes or soften your gaze. And just focus on your inhale and your exhale. Sending some love to our digestive system for all the work it does in digesting this beautiful food that we get to consume. Thanking our bodies for its ability to consume the food that we eat, the drinks that we drink. And tapping into our sacral chakra that governs all of our relationships, including our relationships to food and to our communities, especially the ones that help us to cultivate our food. And in this moment, give thanks to all involved. And when it feels good, you can gently open your eyes, refocus your gaze, drop your hands into your lap or by your side, And carry this feeling of gratitude for the food you eat and the people that help you to eat the food that you eat. Tap in and tune into that frequency as often as you would like. And ultimately, thank you for joining me for this tapping session. Beautiful. I did eat yesterday for my migraine. Okay, Kelly. It was a rough day. I got hit with the migraine. That was different than usual migraine. My physical body is struggling so much lately. I need to get out of my environment. Just can't yet. Grateful I found you on here. Kelly, I'm sending you so much love. Okay, EFT, not E. No worries. Make sure to check out that book, Lewis Hay. I did drop it in the email, but I think what I'll do for the next week, let me make a note of it too. I will drop the link for the free PDF if you don't want to get the actual book. So Heal Your Life. PDF for email. Yeah, I will make sure to do that. And see if I can link. Eventually I'll go through the lives and link everything in the replays that are going to be on YouTube. So you guys can maybe click a little faster there too. Yeah. So it's a little easier for you guys to get it. But that book is really good because it talks about the energetic, emotional experience of the pain that we receive in the body and why the body is giving us that insight. So it's something to look into, okay? Yes, I tend to eat food too fast and food is not digesting properly. Something I need to work on. Yes, yes. In the practice for the magic, she has her own practice that she does for today. And if I'm not mistaken, it's using today to eat slowly. So you're literally chewing. And the way to slow down your chewing is that every time you chew, in your mind, you're saying thank you. And you say thank you, thank you, thank you until the food has fully dissolved, right? Because you want to utilize the saliva to break down the enzymes so that you're properly getting, you're getting the nutrition that you need properly, right? It's a process of chewing, of slowing down and digesting and allowing the body to receive the nutrients that it needs to receive, as opposed to eating just because you are hungry, or a lot of times we're used to eating fast because we usually have like very small time frames to eat. We have like a 15-minute break, a 30-minute break, and we have to hurry up and eat as much as we can to fuel us to continue our day. So today, if you get the opportunity to take one meal to slow down and eat without any distraction, without your phone, without your TV on, right? Maybe even eating by yourself for a moment, for a meal, and just noticing the flavors that come up. See if you can identify the different seasonings, the different herbs, right? The textures, how it feels in the mouth, what makes your mouth salivate a bit more. Being a mindful eater is also a meditative practice. It is a great way to practice meditation. There are some really fascinating documentaries on mindful eating, and when you do practice it, it changes your entire dynamic with food because you're really tasting. Even as you're eating, think about the fact that like people have traveled across the country, world, wherever you live, to provide you this. Let it savor the moment, savor the experience, and see how it feels. Okay? Bentley, I eat too slowly. I need to work on that. I eat incredibly slow. All of my girlfriends know when you're going out with me, babes, I'm eating slow. And that's mainly because with lupus, after losing a lot of my teeth, I have to eat slow in order to digest my food, right? Because I don't have the same mechanics that everyone has to chew through their food. But I look at it as a beautiful way to continue being mindful with what I eat, right? Always looking for that silver lining and not, depressing yourself about situations that are what they are, and allowing myself to be like, okay, this is an opportunity for me to eat slowly, right? But also in me doing that, it actually benefits me because it helps me to regulate how I eat with the diagnoses that I've been given. It literally all works itself out, right? In the beginning, was I frustrated and heartbroken? Yes, 100%. But now I'm grateful because it really allows me to be present. All of these things that I've experienced, the beautiful and the ugly, all allow me to be more present in my practices outside of when I practice with you all. Because this is an easy way to be present. It's so easy to be present with y'all. It's not a hard thing at all. I thoroughly enjoy being around you. I love talking to y'all, checking in, seeing how you're doing. This is easy. This is super fun too. But outside of this, I want to continue practicing. That's why I call myself a practitioner, because I'm always in practice. I literally have it tattooed on my hand to remind me, like, life is a practice. It's not about perfectionism. It is a practice. So practice. And life sets itself up for me to practice in so many different ways almost all the time. Okay? I used to eat slow as a child, and my father used to get at me about that. I don't know. My mom and I had a pretty good relationship with food. I think my grandmother, though, was really intense. I had a very intense grandma. Love her to pieces. Rest in peace. But she was intense. And she was very much, you need to eat everything on your plate, right? But like, as we know now, growing up, that can be very harmful to children, especially because their stomachs are way smaller than adult stomachs. It's a whole thing. But yeah, that was intense. I had to work through also just eating until I'm full, as opposed to overeating, so that I don't disrespect someone else. And getting comfortable with the fact of like, hey, your food is amazing and I'm grateful. However, I cannot eat all of this. That does not mean that I do not respect you. It just simply means that my stomach is as big as my fist. That's it. No offense. Right? I appreciate you, Kelly. This has been a wonderful reminder to eat mindfully and express gratitude while eating. No gracias. Lotus, you're so welcome. Vita, Sherilyn, how to find you on YouTube. I can't put any links or promote outside platforms like that. So I have been dropping my name. If you look for my name, you should be able to find me pretty much anywhere. Okay. And then I'll do this again. See this. And please let me know, are these showing up? Are my comments showing up? I haven't put my email in, so I'm hoping that they still show up. Okay. Each time you chew, each time you chew, count to 39 times, and then put down your fork until your food is liquid if you can. Ooh, yes. And you'll notice it takes a lot longer to eat when you're eating mindfully, by the way. So please give yourself time. Don't start panicking. It will take time. But also, too, you'll realize, like, ooh, my food is supposed to not be, like, in chunks when I'm consuming it. I'm supposed to, like, liquefy. That's what everything is doing in the body, doing in the mouth. That's why we have the taste buds. That's why we have the saliva to help with all of that process. Okay? Yes. Terry, thank you. Let's for the wonderful tapping session with meditation. Thank you for being here with me, Terry. Bentley, I was never told that I needed to eat fast as a child, so I thought it was fine if I eat slow, but I need to hurry up a little bit. Find that beautiful rhythm for you, Bentley, please. Jeannie wants to connect with you. I want to connect what you're doing. Jean, please feel free to look at the comments, look for where I wrote things out, and look for me on different platforms. It's the best way I can do it without disrespecting the guidelines for this space. Okay, yes, using all of our senses. Yeah, it's a very beautiful experience when you get to use all 5 senses for your food. It's such an amazing experience. Oh my goodness. I eat by myself all the time. Maybe I'm just trying to get through it. Every meal alone is not fun. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be every meal alone, you know? If even for the sake of the practice today, try one. Or, you know, I like to eat with my sister a lot. We eat a lot. I pretty much eat most of my meals with her. I do have like one meal by myself a day, but I usually eat with her or my nephew, but that's a whole different experience because he's one. But we usually talk about the food, of like how it tastes, or like what we can get, especially when we're outside at restaurants. We could have our own cooking show, our own Food Network show, because we're just like, oh, the hint of basil in this is so magnificent. And we just love talking about the things, asking the chef. We'll have the chef come out and chit chat with us about things, or talk to the bartender about the different drinks that they make. I usually get mocktails, so I'm always interested in what they're putting together so that I can get into it, because I don't drink alcohol. But yeah, like you can still converse during your meals as well, and it can still be a beautiful experience. Lisa, this was very powerful for me. Thank you. I have 2 negative experiences with food today, and that was perfect. Oh, I'm so happy. Yeah. Because not having a good meal, it can really put you in a space. It can really put you in a space. And I also encourage you to practice advocating for yourself. That was the message from our weekly meetup earlier today on Insight Timer. And that recording is available now. It'll be available at noon. But talking about advocating for yourself, you can apply it to food as well. I am big on, if it does not taste good to me, I'm not eating it. And I had to get to the space. And it's different in every country that you're in. So please be mindful of the culture in which you're at. But I know for me, where I'm at, it is so much more easier just to go and be kind about it. Not like, oh, this is disgusting, get it away from me, right? I'm never disrespectful. But I'll be honest, I'm like, hey, this is not what I was expecting. Am I able to switch it out? And there's a mindful way to do it. Usually by the first or second bite, I know if I'm gonna eat this or not. And they're pretty accommodating here, but I do know in different places it's different. So just keep that in mind. But it's a good way to practice advocating for yourself and not just eating a meal simply because that's what you ordered. You're allowed to change your mind. And also keep in mind too, restaurant owners, chefs, they also know that people change their mind. They do have a budget for it. Okay, they do have, it is a system. I used to work in a restaurant myself. Like, it's expected that someone's gonna be like, I don't enjoy this. So be honest with yourself and get what it is that you want. And even when you're ordering, don't just get what everybody else is getting. Get what you want, right? Get what you want. Get what you think is going to feel best for you to eat, and like start building that self trust that way too. Lupus, my daughter has that too. So sorry. Kelly, lupus was intense for me, but it's become a hidden blessing. It has slowed down my life and allowed it to shift completely than what it was. The way that I was going, I would have been like on Capitol Hill. Like I was studying political science, all these different things. I love my life now. So lupus, I had to switch it up because I had no choice. If I was going to continue living, I had to switch up my life. So yeah, we talked about this on which day was it, y'all? I think it was a day 4 for Magic Health. But yes, yeah, I talk openly about the diagnoses that I have because my goal is I don't want anyone to think that I live like this perfect life and nothing has ever happened to me. I've experienced a lot of things in life, but I've still found a way to find gratitude and to focus on my well-being. So, okay, make sure everybody's good. Fantastic course. Not sure how long or what stage I happen to be upon this. Jean, thank you so much for your condolences. I appreciate this. Power lunch done. Yeah, I know, Gloria, right? Rushing through it. It runs in my family. I have a lot of symptoms. Also, I know food is healing. Try to work on my diet. Yes, food is healing. Sia, thank you so much for your donation. Pamela, yes. Bentley, my grandmother was intense too. Yeah, grandmas are intense. They're no joke, man. She was telling me to just eat what's in front of me. If you don't like it, it's rude, but she never really came over. Yeah, my grandmother was the same way. My grandmother was not the best cook either, so it was very stressful. She would make salads where she would like do iceberg lettuce. She would add like ham and salami and then like cantaloupe or honeydew melon with French dressing. It was very traumatic as a child, and we had to eat all of it. She was not. When my grandfather would come from work, we would just be like, oh, thank God. I don't know how we're going to survive. Yeah, as soon as I got able to cook, I was cooking. I was cooking at like 9 or 10 because I was like, oh, we cannot, Grandma. Like, please, I beg of you. Whew, I'm so glad those days are behind me. Thank you, Lotus. Thank you, Nia. Ram, thank you, Lotus. You're welcome. We came from the Clean Plate Club. Yes, my mom went hungry sometimes as the eldest child. She wanted to make sure her kids ate. Yes, yeah. And sometimes we don't realize that that's what happens, right? It's like learned behavior, just reminding ourselves that though our parents sacrificed and did things for us, and we can still show appreciation without creating habits that will end up harming us and our health too, right? Like overeating or force yourself to eat can cause really unhealthy relationships with your food, right? And we're doing it for the sake that someone else doesn't feel bad about something that they went through when we didn't even exist, right? So it's just like we have to be mindful of that and be able to advocate for ourselves and just let them know, like, hey, thank you. I know what you went through. I know that must have been hard. And I can still hold space for that while also maybe saving this for later because this is a lot, right? Okay. Yes, Ram. Let me see. We can. Yes, please share your contacts. I am unable to share any links on Insight Timer. So there's a link in my teacher profile that you can click that should take you to my email list. That's the designated link that they've approved. However, if you look up my name, Lotus Laloba, or Lotus Like, you will find alternative ways to connect with me outside of this platform with me still being respectful of the space, okay? It was a horrible salad combination, Louise. Like, I don't understand why she thought that was appropriate. It was just, but I love my grandma, so I ate it. I ate it out of love. But will I ever eat that ever again? Never. I don't even like half of those things that I mentioned. I don't even eat them because it was such a traumatic experience for me as a child. But that's neither here nor there. It's neither here nor there. Bless you. Yes, it was amazing how God slows and redirects us all the time, Kelly. Every chance you get, when you really let God's source show up and like navigate your life, they will navigate your life in ways that you couldn't possibly imagine. I would have never imagined my life being this. But wow, what a beautiful life this is. You know? Okay. I love you guys so much. Tomorrow's day 9, and we're on our second level of money and gratitude. It's a money magnet. I'm so excited. For those that went to the first one and you have your dollar bill, if you want to bring that to the practice tomorrow, you can. Okay. And I will be sharing some money. Let me write this down too, because this feels right to do. Money manifestation tips that I personally use to call in more abundance. So we'll be talking about that tomorrow. Okay? Please look for me, Lotus Aloba platforms, Lotus Like for the podcast, so you guys can connect in and get connected to the recordings. For everyone else, I just want to put this out there really quickly. Starting Wednesday, I will have 2 sessions a day. So there will be the regular 7:17, and then I'm doing one at 11:11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for those that are in Europe in the West Coast to accommodate. I'm going to try it out for a week to see if I can sustain it myself. But my goal is to make it more easier for you all. So you'll be able to join either one. We'll be talking about the same thing each day. But because there will be different people at each session, the conversation will probably go different ways. I'm only going to record the one at 7:17 though. Okay? So that's everything. I love you so much. Please have a beautiful day. And I'll see you soon. Tomorrow, maybe? Bye. These practices in my central nervous system, so like Gratitude Lotus. I'm so happy, Gloria. All these, yes, the workout videos. Oh my God. Louis, why do we have to go through this, Louise? I don't get it. But yes, please set your alarm for tomorrow. The 11 a.m. sessions don't start till Wednesday, okay? Okay, I love y'all so much. Have a beautiful day. Bye. And for you all here, please be sure to check out the other recordings and let me know how you feel about today's practice and meditation.